For almost 2 years now, I've been covering a lot of information on the Hive, and today I've compiled a video that contains 50 Hive Bedrock facts that you possibly didn't know. The Hive is one of the biggest Minecraft servers that's ever been made. With it comes many secrets, from secret cosmetics, Easter eggs, and much more. Though, in this video, instead of going over cosmetics or stuff like that, we'll be going over all of the secret locations / secret areas that you can find and hang out at with your friends in the Hive in 2022. So, before we start going over these secret areas, I recommend that you get a mount. No, this isn't me saying that you should, spend money on the Hive because I'm partnered with them, but if you want to actually get to these secret locations, most of them you're gonna have to have a mount, which typically is $10. Now, whether or not you think getting a mount is worth it is up to you, and not my decision. But if you do make the decision that you want to get a mount, I would either get the Bumblebee mount or the Cruiser mount. The Bumblebee mount is the fastest mount out of the three that's been released so far, and the Cruiser mount can be customized with about 6 different colors, and you can have up to 3 other people besides you. So whichever one you think is more worth it to you is up to you. Though I would get the Cruiser, as you can actually bring your friends with you while finding these locations. But again, that decision is up to you. Alright, anyways, without further ado, let's get into these secret locations. Starting with one of the most iconic ones that you can actually now access with mounts, that being the Hive sign. Typically, to get up to the sign before mounts, you'd actually need to get an admin to teleport you up there, which obviously is pretty much close to impossible unless you get super lucky or know a staff member. So many Hive players have never even gotten on the Hive sign, and it was this very sought after thing to get, but after the mounts came out, you can just easily fly up there and you can get on the sign. This Hive sign is pretty cool, you get a really good view of the spawn, and it's also just a cool place to stand on. Speaking of places that are in the hub, by going to the castle in the hub and spawning in your mount inside the castle, you can get up to the right hallway of the castle. Although it may not seem too crazy, many people have tried to get up to this side many times, but you only can during an event. Speaking of the castle, you can also get on top of it, which is the highest point in the Hive hub. Although you can technically get there by doing the parkour, but you can only get so far and you can't even get on top of this flag. It's pretty cloudy up here, but it's a really pretty view of the Hive. It's also the highest point in the lobby. Before I go over this next secret location, if you can, please subscribe and leave a like on the video. Helps me a lot, it's free, and it already seems like you're enjoying this video so far if you've made it this far already. Thanks again for watching once again. Now, instead of being in the normal hub, we're going to be going into the Hive arcade hub, where we can find some new secret locations. The first one you can do is without a mount, but by flying to the Mailbot HQ building, you will see vents. Jump down to where they are, and you can enter them, and you'll find a small maze. Follow where I am going right now, and once you do, you will find a secret hangout room. I'd assume this room is used by Mailbot HQ employees or something like that. This room is pretty cool, and it's honestly one of the most hardest rooms to get into in my opinion, but it's also a really cool room to just hang out with your friends. And not many people actually know that this room actually exists in the first place. Another secret that you can find is by going all the way to the corner of the arcade map, and where you will find a pink vine building. And if you fly all the way to the top of that building, you can find 2 seats and a table. You can also find an elevator, which may be a hint someday that we'll, actually have an elevator here, but this area we wouldn't have actually really ever known about unless we had mounts. So finding this secret area is pretty cool to me, and it's also just a really cool place to hang out. Also in the arcade lobby is the secret pool area. This area is really cool, and honestly, no one really knows about it. You don't need a mount to get here, and it's honestly just a really cool place to chill and hang out with your friends. Anyways, that's literally all for the hubs, so let's go on to the game. This first secret location is a room that literally almost nobody knows about. By going into the survival games lobby and by going to the left like I am going now, you can find a secret hole, and by going through it, you are in a secret location. In this room are some seats that you can sit on, bookshelves, and a fountain. This location is possibly one of the most uncommonly known locations on the Hive, and many people don't even know a secret room exists in the SG lobby. The next secret location is in the Skywars lobby. Many people already know about this secret hangout place, though it's probably the most popular out of any secret area, so I might as well just go over it. By going to the cave near spawn, you'll find a maze. By going the way I'm going right now in the maze, you can find this lounge area. This lounge is called the Sky Lounge in the Hive universe, and this hangout area is a pretty cool place in my opinion. But this isn't the only secret location in the Skywars lobby. By going behind the spawn building and going into this cave, and going the way I'm going, you can find a lemon tree. Many people know what this is. What this tree means in Hive lore is this is what we're actually fighting over when we're playing Skywars. Yes, a single lemon tree. But I think we can all agree that this tree definitely has some heavy significance on whatever lore the Hive even has. This isn't even the last secret location in the Hive Skywars lobby, as if you do the parkour leading to the ship and go on top of it, you can actually get inside the ship, which many people don't even know about, and is fully customized, which is really cool. The last secret location we'll be going over in this video is, in fact, the infamous SG4 secret bunker. I owe a lot to this bunker. Pretty much, if you run the way I'm going right now and break these leaves, you'll find a secret bunker that has an ender chest which has tier 2 loot in it, and it's really good. It's also generally just a good area to camp at and also trap at, and will just always give you an advantage because most people that just regularly play the Hive won't know about this location, so they'll be super confused. This right here is someone winning Skywars in 1 minute and 11 seconds with getting a total of 5 kills.
Oh, wait, is that it?
And this is a YouTuber and his subscribers, and with the help of a Hive admin, they broke the whole middle island on one Skywars map. These are just a few of the most unbelievable world records anyone has seen ever on the Hive, and in today's video, we'll be going over some of them. So without further ado, these are the most unbelievable world records ever seen on the Hive. This is Avery, and she broke the record of the most survival games kills ever, killing literally everyone in the game. When I asked Avery how she did this, she said that she got full armor without a helmet, a diamond sword, and a tracker from the mid chest to help track everyone down. But this game went way differently than she probably has ever planned, because she got 11 kills in the first minute of the game. And then after that, she kind of just went on a rampage and killed everyone else pretty quickly. To my knowledge, this is the only time someone has ever done this. Sadly though, because Avery isn't a Hive partner and she wasn't recording, she does not have the replay ID since it expired, which definitely sucks as this is the only time this has ever happened. Though, nevertheless, this is still super impressive and shouldn't be overlooked. Now we're going to take a trip over to the speedrun.com website, and there we can find a world record run of a YouTuber called Jakester winning Skywars in 1 minute and 11 seconds. The way to actually get good runs like this is to get really lucky with people dying in the void quickly and rushing to the sides to quickly kill opponents when they're bridging and don't have armor. And another funny thing about this run is that the final fight was between two YouTubers that were actually going for the world record, that being Jakester and Otto. In the end though, Jakester ended up winning the fight, securing the world record for winning Skywars the fastest. This right here is YouTuber Evident, and with the help of a Hive admin and his fans, they literally destroyed the whole middle island in Skywars, which when you look at the final thing, it looks super weird. Pretty much, Splodger, a Hive admin, gave everyone in the game shovels, because at the time it was the Christmas update, and with the shovels, it made it much more easier to break the snow. And also, they decided to increase the game time, and with all of that being said, they were able to break the map in a pretty good amount of time. Though, although this is very impressive, the next step is to destroy the whole Skywars map. But honestly, I don't think that will ever be possible. Anyways, the end result looked really weird, with the top player that has the most eliminations pretty much just floating on air. This is also one of the biggest treasure defenses ever, and me and my friends built this, and surprisingly, we won by using this. By using a pyramid-like structure over and over again, you can make a massive defense. Did you know that currently the highest win streak that's fully recorded in Skywars is only 47? Which although may not seem like a lot, it definitely is, especially since it took the record holder Jakester, who we talked about earlier, almost 4.5 hours to do this, which is absolutely insane. Although it may seem easy, you have to remember that people are placed in different lobbies and are playing against different players. How long you wait in the lobby, how long it takes to get into a different game, and also not to mention how many different maps there are, and the length of the game can sometimes be super long or super short, taking a lot of time out of the run. Either way, there are a lot of factors that determine how long the win streak is and if you can even keep it. Speaking of win streaks, we're gonna move on to the other big PvP game that's on the Hive, and that is Treasure Wars. Treasure Wars is a very weird game with how long it lasts, because depending on how it goes, it can last 2 minutes or over 10 minutes, though the longest win streak fully recorded is 26. Hey there, so as I'm editing this video, it turns out that the same runner, Crispy, actually demolished the record, and now he got a win streak of 49. Though, take what I say further more as like more or less the same thing, and he got the win streak in 4 hours. Although, again, yes, that does seem super small, and don't get me wrong, it does. It took the runner Crispy almost 3 hours to get to that number, so I wouldn't really scoff at it. Another person I talked to is White PvPs. Some of you may know him as he's considered one of, if not the best PvPer on the entire Hive server. What if I told you you may not know that he was the #1 player for monthly wins in January of 2022? When I asked White how he did this, he had this to say: "Getting on the monthly leaderboard isn't really hard. It just takes a lot of time and the constant grind. If you're willing to hold the first position, you need a squad who can wipe a team in 30 seconds. You will also need to waste a lot of your time during grinding and 200 wins per day at least. Otherwise, someone will pass you and take your spot. I used to grind all day non-stop without going outside or getting enough sleep. Overall, it's honestly a waste of time. I remember doing that for 1 month, and it's honestly the worst thing ever. Although being a top player on the leaderboards is cool, it's definitely still very stressful and can get away with a lot of things. If I did something like this, I would definitely get bored of the Hive. The next world record is a little bit of a weird one. What if I told you there was a world record for the fastest time for the lobby parkour? Yes, I'm being honest. The fastest time for completing the lobby parkour is a total of 52 seconds, which is super fast considering that a lot of people struggle with even completing it in the first place. The last world record we'll be going over today is possibly one of the most weirdest records for Minecraft ever, and is super specific. Player Tao Chow, I think that's how you say it, got all of the loot cows in survival games in 32 seconds on the map SG4. This record requires a lot of memory of all the cows and also a good amount of luck, as the cow locations can change literally randomly. This right here is the rarest Hive costume, being released all the way back in Halloween of 2018 and then never coming back ever again. And this is the hardest Hive cosmetic you can get, having to wait 1 whole year to get it. Today, we're going to be going over some of the most insane Hive cosmetics, whether that be costumes, hub titles, or avatars. And everything you will need to know will be in this video. So without further ado, these are all, or if not some, of the most insane and interesting cosmetics on the Hive. The first cosmetic we'll be going over is one of the most iconic costumes on the Hive. The costume I'm talking about is the Gingerbread Man costume, which is worn by popular YouTuber and streamer MJ Owns You. A lot of people don't know how to get this costume, and if you even can at this point. Well, sadly, you can't get the costume anymore. It was a quest point costume all the way back in December of 2019, costing 999 quest points. Though there is a skin pack that the Hive made having pretty much the same costume but in a skin form. The next cosmetic is the rarest avatar you can get on the Hive, that being the award-winning director avatar. Pretty much anyone that participated in the Lights Camera Action event in 2021 promoting the brand new replay mod got this avatar. This is one of the most rarest avatars because only a select few people participated in the event. Fun fact, since I'm a Hive partner, I actually got this avatar because I get most cosmetics for free, so I'm pretty happy about that. It also comes with a hub title which actually has a star emoji in it. Very few hub titles have emojis in it, so this is pretty cool. And speaking of hub titles that you can get from making videos, the next hub title is a little bit interesting as it is the Buzztastic Creator Hub title, which you get from having your content featured on the Buzz, which is Hive's daily newsletter, which is pretty cool. Next, we're going to be talking about the QB cosmetic set, which is pretty rare considering that only 1,768 people ever bought the plushie. The cosmetics are the QB pet, which is currently the rarest pet, the QB avatar, and the Cube hub title. Speaking of rare hub titles, this is the Happy B-Day hub title. This hub title is pretty special as anyone that logged on the server on October 16th, 2020 got this hub title because that day marks the Hive's 2nd birthday. It also includes a birthday cake emoji and a rainbow text, which makes this pretty interesting as this is a super rare combination. Speaking of B-Day, 1 whole year later on the same date in 2021, the hub title was released but slightly changed to red-orange color and a blue birthday cake. You also got an exclusive costume if you logged on the Hive, that being the Party B costume. So remember, on October 16th of this year, I would make sure to log on the Hive to celebrate B-Day with everyone else on the server. You should make B-Day a national holiday. Next, we're going to be talking about some cosmetics that are a little bit more on the rare sides of things. The costume we'll be talking about is the Black Cat costume. This costume is considered the rarest event costume as this was the costume for the first ever event Hive had, that being the Halloween of 2018 event. And by completing the hub ghost hunt, you'd get the costume. Obviously, you can imagine how many people have this costume as this was literally the first ever event ever on the Hive and it was a super long time ago. And Hive was literally just starting. Although the Black Cat costume is pretty rare, there's actually a costume that's much more rare than it, that being the Hive V costume. This was given to players that had the ultimate rank on the now shut down Hive Java server. Very few people have this costume as not a lot of Java players probably don't really like Bedrock Edition. I've only personally ever seen one person wear this costume in game, so consider yourself super lucky if you see it. Now we're going to talk about 2 cosmetics that you can actually get from logging into the Hive on a daily basis. Usually you'll get rewarded with some XP boosts and stuff like that if you log on the Hive for 10 or so days. Though, if you reach a specific number on your login streak, you can get some super rare cosmetics. The first one is a hub title called The Dedicated, which you get for logging in the Hive for 100 days in a row. Honestly, I don't know if I could ever do that, since that seems insanely hard. But although you may think that's hard, imagine logging into the Hive for 1 whole year. No, seriously, imagine how much time that would take. Well, let's just say some crazy, insane people, not calling them weird or anything, it takes a lot of dedication, okay? Have actually done this and logged on the Hive for 1 whole year and have been rewarded the time out costume. Pretty much, if you have a 365-day login streak, you'll get this super cool looking costume. This costume is really cool in my opinion, as it's based off the server admin Splodger being a time owl. I don't really know, but he's an owl now. Either way, if you see someone with this costume, I'd probably say congrats to them for doing something insanely hard. There are also some cosmetics that are exclusive to only admins. I don't really have any screenshots on this because it's kind of hard to find, but you're just gonna have to take my word on it. Apparently there's a costume which is a pirate with a huge head. You will also probably see some admins wearing costumes before they release, which is pretty cool. There are also many unreleased costumes that we know will come up in the future, though I won't share them here. This right here is someone winning Treasure Wars in 1 minute and 5 seconds, and this is someone literally winning Murder Mystery in 36 seconds, which is insane. These are just some of the most insane Hive world records, and today we're going to be going over more of the most insane world records ever seen on the Hive. This is part 2 to the other world record video I made. And thank you guys so much for the support on the video. It means a lot. Anyways, please enjoy. The first world record we'll be going over is the world record for winning survival games in the least amount of time. This record was set by Angry Pickle, who I'm actually pretty good friends with. And he won survival games in 2 minutes and 49 seconds, which is absolutely insane. Considering that survival games is definitely a game of luck and is also a game a lot of people call a walking simulator, it's honestly pretty impressive that someone could do that. One thing that helped Angry Pickle get this world record is that he got a diamond sword at the start of the run, and also the fact that many other people were fighting each other, meaning that there would be much less people and a higher chance to win as fast as possible. One funny thing about this run though is that the runner, Angry Pickle, had pink glitch the entire time, which is pretty funny that you got a world record while having pink glitch. Please, Mojang, just fix pink glitch already. Next, we're going to be talking about a brand new world record, and this is the fastest time someone has ever beaten Skywars. If you watched my last world record video, you'd know that Jakester held the world record, but there's a brand new world record that is owned by PKP Nasu. Nasu got really lucky with his run, as he got a knockback Nemo, which is very rare and helped him out a lot during the game. And not only the fact that many people killed each other very early on in the game helped Nasu get the world record. Because of this, Nasu got the world record, getting a total of 2 kills within 1 minute and 7 seconds. One day, someone will beat Skywars in under a minute. Like, there's no minute, it's just seconds, which is absolutely insane. But just a reminder though that this video may be outdated someday, since some people will come and go and beat the speedruns, which is perfectly fine and that's supposed to happen. So please remember that. For the next world record, we'll be talking about a little bit of a weird one. This is the world record for hardcore parkour in the hub. Now you're probably wondering, what is this world record referring to? Well, if you don't know, there's almost a secret area in the hub that has parkour. It's somewhat difficult, but if you get it down, you can complete it. Because of this area being pretty secretive, it only has a total of 6 submitted runs at the time of recording. But obviously, since I'm giving attention to it, that might change. Anyways, the world record for this category is 28 seconds and 167 milliseconds. I have to say milliseconds because the first place holder beats the second place holder by literal milliseconds. When watching the run, the runner pretty much does this pretty flawlessly. And honestly, just taking a look at it is super satisfying and really cool to watch. The next world record is pretty crazy, as this is the fastest time for a whole team wipe in Skywars. Pretty much what this means is that this is a Skywars team killing a whole other Skywars team as fast as possible, if that makes sense. And if you watch the world record in action, you can just see the speed on how fast it takes to kill the whole team. This takes a lot of skill and also a lot of luck to make sure that your RNG is good and the other team doesn't have much gear to fight you with. Speaking of more insane world records, could you imagine winning a murder mystery game as a murderer in under 1 minute? No, seriously. Well, guess what? Someone actually has. A runner called Shorky Game got murderer and got insanely lucky with where people spawned, as most people were going around the vent giving him some early kills. From that whole exchange, he had 5 kills within the first 12 seconds. He then went out into the main rooms of the map and he got some more kills, getting a total of 11 kills within the first 32 seconds. And then shortly after that, he had killed everyone in the game. And in under 36 seconds, which is absolutely insane, he won the murder mystery game. This takes a lot of luck, since someone could definitely run the whole time and just waste your time. And also a lot of skill, because you have to have pretty good game sense and also know the maps to pull something off like this. So big props to the runner for doing this run and getting this insane time. Next, we're going to be going over a super weird speedrun that I honestly didn't even know existed. This is the speedrun and world record for all the spell books used in Skywars. Pretty much what that means is that you have to use every single spell in the fastest time possible. This person by the name of Shadow OC did it in about 10 seconds. Now, although you probably think this isn't really impressive, I'll explain why. This takes an insane amount of RNG because sometimes Lapis doesn't even drop books, and you also have to get a different book pretty much each time to even get the world record. Anyways, the last world record we'll be going over is the fastest time somebody has ever completed Treasure Wars at the time recording. This is a speedrunner that we talked about last video, and his name is Crispy.
The map Crispy played on is Arrow, which in my opinion is a great map for a speedrun, since everyone is very close to each other and it's super easy to rush someone. Another thing that Crispy got lucky with is that there was only 5 other players in the game besides him, so either way it would be a really quick game. Anyways, what Crispy did is he went around the map just simply speedrunning the game, and soon after he got the world record. Which is funny because he wasn't even trying to get the world record, and according to Crispy, he was literally about to leave the game and he's super happy that he didn't. The Hive has been a featured server ever since 2018, and ever since it was created, it has seen many glitches and bugs, some extremely powerful bugs to very minor bugs. So today, we'll be looking at the history of these glitches and what they became and what we see from them today. This is the history of Hive glitches. The first glitch we'll be talking about is a glitch that has been around ever since the dawn of the Hive and will most likely never go away. This glitch is Pink Glitch, a glitch that turns everything into pink. The glitch mostly affects blocks and models and turns them into a bright pink color. It will mostly start off mild, with only a few things being affected, but the more time goes on, the glitch gets much worse, pretty much turning the whole server into a pink wonderland. The only way to fix this is to restart your game and rejoin the server. This glitch happens due to an error with the rendering engine Minecraft runs on called Render Dragon. And although this glitch can be on other servers, it's been seen a lot on the Hive, and after multiple complaints to Mojang, it's becoming more and more unlikely the glitch will ever get solved. After multiple years of the player base asking for it to be removed, and it almost having 500 votes for it to be removed on the Mojang website for bugs, the only response we've ever gotten is a dev saying that they're working on it. Really? Which was also 6 months ago, so I don't really know if they're working on it. So in conclusion, I don't really think it'll ever get fixed. Speaking of glitches that change the way your game looks, there's also a glitch called Steve Glitch. It's not as bad as Pink Glitch, as all it does is turn all models into Steve, though it is so annoying and you probably have to restart your game. The next glitch is actually a glitch that got a YouTuber banned for on the Hive. By using a glitch that YouTuber Atwell used in a video found by Dr. Yellowware, you can pretty much use the builder kit from Skywars kits and place it in a way where you are inside the blocks. Pretty much, you play Skywars duos and one person chooses the builder kit and the other chooses Voidwalker. The builder will put blocks around the Voidwalker and then make sure he is invisible. And boom, by doing this, you pretty much go invisible. So any unlucky people that walk past you will just be hit off and super confused. Because of this glitch, Atwa got banned from the Hive, so definitely don't do this glitch or you may be banned next. Did you know by playing just one single Treasure Wars map, you can actually get banned? And the map that we're talking about is Sky Sanctuary, and it can actually get you banned. Due to the Minecraft update 1.18.10, most of the custom blocks on the map broke completely. Because of this, you can stand on them like it's pretty much you're standing on air. YouTuber Kaifi discovered that because of this glitch, you can get banned from the Hive for a little bit, and even kicked, which is really annoying for people that just want to play on this map because it might be one of their favorites. And during this time period, this map was pretty much unplayable for anyone that was on the update that was released on that bugged it out. After Hive caught wind of the map being bugged, they removed it kinda late, but it's whatever. Though this map was a Sonic event map, which was only supposed to be in the Sonic event, but now it's finally gone. Another glitch is if you use a ton of ender pearls. For example, you can get stuck inside literally anywhere if you just spam ender pearls. For example, this attic on the map Castle isn't supposed to be accessed, but because of the glitch you can. The way pearls work on the Hive is pretty much you can phase through stuff with them, and you can also use them like literally whenever, even if you are on 1 heart, because you won't die. Because of this, people that buy a lot of pearls can just camp install games, which is actually bannable by the Hive. That goes to say for musty glitches that you can actually do, so please don't do them. I don't want to be responsible for you getting banned. Another glitch is that in any game that has boom boxes, you can actually not take fall damage on them. Let me explain. For example, if you try to clutch with a boombox in Treasure Wars, like you would with a water bucket, you just don't take any fall damage. The same can happen in Skywars or SG, but especially in SG, since during deathmatch, you can actually use the boom boxes to get back up the platform so you don't drown in the water. As long as you time your jumps right and click fast, you'll be able to get back up and be able to return to the fight. There's also so many glitches that are just super annoying. For example, I asked a bunch of Hive YouTubers and they said that these are the most annoying glitches. For example, the Nether glitch. Pretty much whenever you are switching between games, it shows this Minecraft loading screen with the Netherrack, which is why it's called the Nether glitch. Usually it'll just be there for a couple seconds and then you'll be teleported to the game that you wanted to join. That's what usually happens, but sometimes it just stays there on the same screen forever, unless you restart your game, which is always annoying. There's another glitch called the inventory glitch, where you literally cannot open your inventory whatever you do for no reason. This is super annoying, and if it happens at a really bad time, well, you probably just lost the game. Another glitch is where you can literally never die in murder mystery. Pretty much in the map Toy House, there's a shower in a certain room where if you are the murderer, where it especially works good, you literally just cannot die in it. If a sheriff tries to shoot you, well, tough luck, it just does not work. You can easily just kill the sheriff. This glitch is pretty funny, but if any of these glitches will get you banned, this one will 100% get you banned. Finally, one last glitch is on SG, where if you are playing on the map that has like a border, like the map SG4, and you have a campfire, you can pretty much just escape the map by placing the block. It's kind of like the boombox glitch like earlier. I can't do it too well because I'm not amazing at timing stuff like this, but I've heard that some people have actually gotten out the map by doing this, which is crazy. And I'm sure if someone sees you outside the border in the game, they will be super confused. The Hive has a lot of secrets, from secret rooms, costumes, and so much more. Very recently though, the Hive decided to release their brand new pirate update. And although not everything about it is out yet, what we have so far is quite interesting, and there has been many changes to the lobby. And with that comes many secrets. Some of these secrets are honestly some of the most interesting secrets that you'll ever see on the Hive. So without further ado, here are some of the secrets that you can find in the Hive's brand new pirate update. The first secret is a secret that was actually connected to one of my past videos. If you didn't know, in the Hive Arcade Secrets video, you can find something in the Capture the Flag lobby, and that is 2 ships. And inside these ships, you can find 2 wither roses, and also find many of these other roses around the map. But the reason why they were in the ship was weird and mysterious. So I think this was actually a hint towards the pirate update that we have today. If you go towards this cave area near one of the ships, you can actually find a wither rose. You can also find many more around the lobby. I think what this means is that the pirate update was actually hinted all the way back ever since the arcade was released, which is very interesting that they had this plan for so long. But it might not even just be that they're hinting at it. These wither roses definitely mean something. It could be good or something bad, but to me, these wither roses are kinda out of the way in most places. I think that this could be an infection or some sort. I don't really know. It may be outlandish, or if anything, the wither roses were actually brought by the pirates. Could be some sort of sabotage. I don't know, because wither roses can actually, like, you know, poison you. I don't know. It's very peculiar, but let me know what you think these mean, as this is super weird. Another secret that was added to an older secret that was showcased in one of my videos is this house. By the way I'm going right now, you can find this house, and by going on the roof and dropping down a certain way, you can drop down on this balcony, and you can get into this dark room. Now before this update, this room was completely pitch black with nothing inside of it, but now you can find just a random amethyst just chilling there. Why was this added in the first place, and why now in the pirate update out of all updates? Honestly, this does not really make much sense to me, but maybe in the future when the pirate update progresses more, maybe this is something you'll have to find for a secret side quest, though we'll have to see. But I think it's pretty obvious that this crystal definitely means something, and it's probably important, but hopefully we'll know soon. Another secret that was affected by this update is the secret cave out the back of spawn, where instead of being able to walk through it, you have to do a parkour now with a wither rose at the end. Also around the map, you can find many dead skeletons, which some you may actually need for your treasure hunts later on in the update. So make sure you keep track of these. The reason why these are skeletons, no idea. So as you can see, there are actually many sunken ships around the map. So these pirates may have been the passengers on those ships, which those ships were actually taken down by the 2 krakens around the map. They actually used to be on the Hive a very long time ago, but they are now back. These krakens can be seen attacking the islands around the map, so hopefully they don't even get even more stronger, or else maybe we'll see another boss battle in the Hive lobby soon. There's also many more little mini secrets around the lobby. On the outskirts of the map, you can find 2 very small islands, one for the white wool campsite, the other island next to it having a cave. You can also find another secret sunken ship all the way at the border of the map with an anchor as well. You can also find a little secret cobweb cave right near the school type area. I think it's really cool that the Hive takes the time to add all these little details that literally no one would know about unless they watched my videos or went out of their way to actually find these. So I find it really cool. Another little Easter egg that you can find is at the Reddit spawn, where you can find an ad for the Hive Pirates map, but you can actually find an animation, and this pirate will dig a treasure chest up. Each time it will either be a crab or bean, which is a pretty popular meme in the Hive community, and it was brought back for the pirate update. Speaking about one of the islands you can find in this update, you can actually find one of these islands with an abandoned building on the outskirts of the map. To find this island, all you have to do is go to the left of spawn and you can find it. By going to this building and climb onto the top of it, you can find a skeleton with an alive seagull on it. Pretty cute, but also somewhat sad at the same time because, you know, but this island is actually a pretty cool place, and you can actually find some items here which you may need for your treasure chest quest. Another thing about this island is that it's actually being attacked by the Kraken, which may be the reason why this building is actually so beat up and may be abandoned. The next secrets we'll be going over are in the Pirate's Cave, and by doing some parkour here, you can get to this gold area, which is pretty cool. And if you make your way down here, you can get to an even deeper part of the map, where you can find this little cool hangout place next to the water. Though don't get too close to the water or you may perish. And then if you go to the parkour and you stop right here and turn left, you can actually pick up some coins, which is pretty cool. And if you don't know, you can actually find many coins around the map, and you can actually pick them up, in which you can get quest points from them, which is super helpful. Another big secret is to the left of spawn, and you can kind of go under this area right here, and you can find an underwater cave opening, and then you can jump into the water, and you'll see this cave and you can swim through it and enter it. You can then climb on these ladders and you're in a secret pirate cove. In this room you can find a house and some gold, and this area is honestly honestly a pretty cool secret hangout place to chill with your friends, and literally no one knows about it so far. In today's video, I'll be showing you a ton of tips about the Hive. Many of you guys want to get better, so although I'm not the best player ever, I'm considered at least good at the game. So in today's video, I'll be going over simple stuff like many of the game modes on the Hive, and also what gaming setup you can have so you can be more comfortable playing on the Hive. Anyways, without further ado, here are the best tips I can give you right now for the Hive in 2022. First, we're going to go over something that you most likely don't consider, that being your peripherals. I honestly don't know how to say it, which is pretty much your keyboard and mouse, or if you play on a different device, it's most likely a controller. For any controller users, you can stick with a normal controller, but if you use keyboard and mouse, I'd listen up real quick. When choosing a mouse, don't buy one just because it can double click or you can lower your debounce time. Pretty much, if you don't know what this does, it registers more clicks than you're actually clicking. One example is that someone with disadvantage can click up to 20 CPS, which is actually bannable and not allowed on the Hive. The keyboard and mouse I'm using is the Apex Pro TKL. It costs $180 and I use it because it's pretty easy to press down and feels and sounds pretty good. And my mouse is the G Pro Superlight. This mouse costs $150 and is considered the best mouse for gaming because of its light clicks and how light it is, coming in at 63 grams. Having a keyboard and mouse that is very comfortable for you will be very good for you becoming a better player. So make sure to do some research and find whatever your best fit is for you. Alright, that was a lot of talk about what you should game with, but now I'm going to be helping you choose your main game mode that you'll be maining on the Hive. I'm going to talk about 3 separate game modes, that being Sky Wars, Treasure Wars, and Survival games, as these are the PvP game modes on the Hive. To choose the most optimal game of what you want to play, I'll go over all 3 games, give reasons why you should or shouldn't play it, and whatever sounds the most appealing to you, I would main that game. First is Sky Wars. If you like fast games, then you can play a ton of games of these and just grind a ton of wins. This game is good, but this game has one downside. It involves a ton of RNG. This is why a ton of pro players play Treasure Wars, because it takes more skill. Speaking of Treasure Wars, this game is very similar to Hypixel's Bed Wars, and has a much more even playing field, though games on Treasure Wars can vary on how long they last. And last is Survival games, which is a very easy game to farm kills, but games can take a really long time to play out. For what game I personally main, I used to main SG, but the games take way too long for my liking, so I do a mix of Treasure Wars / Sky Wars. Once you've picked your game mode you want to play, there's one more thing we have to do, that being your settings. The only thing you really have to change is if you're on controller or keyboard and mouse. That is turning down your sensitivity and your DPI. If you're on keyboard and mouse, turn down your sensitivity or your DPI. Having a low sensitivity is very important. Although this feels very weird at first, your accuracy will become much more better so you can hit people much more accurately. And also your aim won't be as shaky. Personally, I use 400 DPI on my mouse with 20 sensitivity, but whatever you find the most comfortable is probably the best for you. You should also set your FOV to something you're more comfortable with. I personally use 90, and I would also turn off FOV can be altered by gameplay. This is so when you're sprinting or have speed, your aim won't be thrown off by the altered FOV. You should also get a texture pack, as although it is just aesthetic changes, it can help you play much more better due to low fire, crosshair, and much more. Here are some of the texture packs I use on Hive, and honestly, they help me a lot. Next, let's go over the game sense in the games, and what you can do. These things will make you better even if they are just little things to you. First is in Sky Wars. Personally, you should always mine 5 redstone for the 5 extra hearts, and also never take fights that has the opponent with better gear. Sky Wars is very RNG based, so getting the best gear so you can always win your fights is honestly the best idea ever. Never run into a battle without an armor piece because you will just 100% die. And if you like playing Sky Wars kits, you should definitely choose the Baller kit. Snowballs are the best way to put your opponent into a combo, so make sure to choose that. Next in Treasure Wars, it really depends how you want to play. Most people rush the team next to them to get a quick treasure break and a final kill. I usually do this, but sometimes if I get them quick enough or there isn't someone next to me, I go straight to mid. Going straight to mid is always a good idea, because you can get emeralds, which most people won't have. With emeralds, you can get snowballs, which is again the best way to start a combo, and also a diamond sword, which is an awesome weapon for killing people that won't have armor early game. I usually like to go mid because it gives me a very good advantage over people, so I can easily win the game. Last but not least is SG. SG used to be my main game, but it takes way too long to level up due to the games lasting a long time. The strat is to get an activity tracker and farm kills on loot crates as much as you can. Also a tip, if you ever run out of food, you should always break leaves for apples. Now if you're still not doing the best and losing trades, which are fights that are just hitting each other at the same time, you should definitely try to get a clicking method. There are 2 main clicking methods, that being jitter and butterfly clicking. I personally like to butterfly click, but it's really whatever you like more. I won't be showing you how to do these clicking methods in this video, but there are many guys out there on YouTube.
Anyways, that's gonna be it for this long compilation video of some of my older videos. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's definitely kind of weird hearing my old voice and seeing my old editing, which was pretty bad. But if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate it a lot. Also, my skin is still, it's a ghost because I'm recording this during Halloween time. I'm like editing like a lot of videos in advance. So yeah, if you made it to the end, I want you to comment candy. All right, just comment candy. All right, if you made it to the end, I just want to see how many people made it to the end, and we're gonna confuse the people that didn't. Anyways, thanks for watching. You're probably already subscribed, and most importantly, as I always say, have a good day.